It's funny, sometimes they introduce me as a Renaissance person, but then I tell them that a Renaissance person is someone who is not really good at anything. Because that's what you can tell about me, that I do a few things, but I'm not really an expert at anything. And I'm okay with it, because this is my nature. And today, I'm not here as an expert showing you, look, this is world champion. I'm just like him. I mean, I'm very similar to that guy. We have a lot in common, but I'm more like a crazy scientist. I'm fascinated with exploring. What's in there? What type of communication can we learn from that guy? We have a lot in common. What we don't have in common is, here's a world champion, I'm not. He has a great wife, which he mentions twice in his speech. I don't even have a girlfriend.
Sorry, we have rules that we don't sail from the stage.
Okay, we don't sail from the stage. I'm not going to mention anymore. I'm not going to mention that anymore. But what we do have in common is, he has an epic beard, just like me. His last name is basically unpronounceable in the English-speaking world. So that's why I will also show you that he's not using his last name as his brand. He's using his foundational phrase, I see something in you. That's his website actually, ISeeSomethingInYou.com. It's not his name. It's the foundational phrase. What else do we have in common? Any guesses?
With him?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. He's one of the few guys that sees something in me.
But you don't know what it is.
But I believe it so strongly now, because I've seen that speech 30 times now. So now I believe that he really sees something. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Who of you has seen this speech before? And who of you has paused every 2 or 3 seconds to analyze it? Okay, we've got 4 people. Who of you have seen the master analyzing it himself live?
One.
You did.
Sweden, right?
I see.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it working? Is it not working? Yeah.
Magic.
Magic.
Welcome. Check now.
Yeah. The first one is
Danajaya Hevirachi. I see something. I see something. Danajaya Hevirachi.
Isn't this introduction fascinating?
It's
very unique, it's very surprising, there's suspense. Oh no. It's a contest. They just tell you the name and the speech starter. By the way, I need one person. It's going to be the scribe. So, right here, all of the tools, tips, tricks that we will find along the way. Thank you very much. Big applause for Gosia. Watch closely. How does he walk?
Very confident.
Is he the alpha type?
It's a swagger.
How does he walk? If you compare him to an animal.
Tiger. Gorilla.
Monkey. Mosquito. How would you describe this state? In which state is he right now?
Relax.
Winner.
He seems to be relaxed.
There's 1,500 people in the room, remember?
Yeah, but still.
Still.
He can be nervous inside, but outside he looks relaxed and confident.
He's got it under control.
I got it the other way around. I'm nervous outside and calm inside.
Nice try.
Okay, watch closely. What does he wear? You think he feels comfortable in these clothes?
Yeah. Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
I mean,
I
it's
think-
not high heels,
I
it's
think-
not the tight dress.
The common mistake is that when you enter the stage, you suddenly try to put something that you normally don't wear, and you don't feel comfortable. Like me wearing a suit. Can you imagine that? No. I don't even own one. I would never do it. But he is a trainer, he is an international speaker, so he wears a suit all the time. Look at the colors. I mean, the world champion a year later was much worse, by the way, when it comes to the suit.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it
It
was
was
too
very
tight.
kitschy and
It was too tight.
overall.
Oh, it's all too much with this flower plus this little tissue. One is enough. It's too ostentatious.
Yes, but it's on purpose.
But the flower has a
The flower there is on purpose. You will see in a few seconds.
So what skips the tissue?
Don't you notice this?
Skip the
Yes, I
tissue.
know, but
No, it has to be there because it takes the flower, it takes the
Strange
flower
guy who does
away.
know the speech.
So it has to be
I
there.
would put it away. It's too much.
Are you guys having fun having a conversation there?
Yeah, but there's a nice guy here.
You can't have both. You can't have a flower
Yes, let's
and
talk about the
at the
flower
same
for
time.
1 hour.
Yeah, exactly. Flower workshop. Okay. What is his opener?
It's a sniff.
It's basically a sniff. That's something that I do every morning. Just open this coffee today in the morning. Just take a sniff. Only guys in the first row, okay?
Somebody doesn't like it.
How often do you use the strongest human sense, smell, in your speeches? Smell of coffee, smell of freshly cut grass, smell of your socks at the end of the day.
Okay,
It's very intense. It's very intense. His opener is unique without a single word. He's got the attention of 1,500 people without saying anything. It's really unique. And remember this opener. So when you come to an end, you will see what happens. You and I told you I'm going to stop every 2 seconds. You and I. 3 words, and he's already connected. You and I. It's something we have in common. It's the common ground. It's the platform. He's already building deep connection with the audience. A huge crowd. You and I. By the way, is this a speech or a conversation already? It feels like a conversation. There is one guy talking, 1,500 people listening to him, and it's a conversation.
I'm not very different from this flower.
Does that make sense? Do I look like a flower?
Yes.
Yes? Thank you. Thank you. But he doesn't. Not every one of you looks like a flower. Are you flowers, guys?
No.
What is it? A little. What is it? Okay, first of all, activity as an opener is the first tool. You're not much different from this flower. What is this? It's a metaphor. It's like an analogy. It's like finding the comparison, common elements between 2 things. Are you like flowers?
We'll find out.
Are you like trees? No. Are you like the mountains with the ups and downs? You mean hard? With the rocks and streams?
Just like this flower is unique, you are unique.
He's not standing still, he's walking very slowly, confidently. Just like this flower is unique, you are unique. Slowly, gently speaking to you, every single person in the room.
All of us have something special. that makes us as beautiful.
What type of energy is it?
Very calm.
It's very calm, it's like reflection energy. What other types of energy do we have? You will see his mastery in switching like this between energies, between logic, reflection, and entertainment. These three types of energy. So we can already write down the metaphor and energy type. So from which place are you speaking? Is it supposed to be funny? Ah, that's not a common element we have with him.
Do you know what makes you special?
What is it? Do you know what makes you special? Still the same energy, reflection type of energy.
And he's confirming to be our special.
Question, engaging question.
He steps back.
He steps back
At that point, he makes a step back. And
because he's moving to one specific place. You're going to see it in a while.
It was the first thing, question, right?
Yeah.
Now the answer to that can be a little difficult to find. Because sometimes life has a cruel way.
Isn't that painful? First he told you, you are like this flower. And now he's breaking you. If you manage to identify yourself with that flower, now it's really emotionally, it's challenging. If you're really into that speech, now he took you, it's like, I would tell, you are like this piece of paper, and then I would...
Oh, but he said life does it. He doesn't do it, life does it.
Yes, but he's doing it with his hands.
he's a god.
He's a god. For some, yeah.
Picking out your petals, breaking you in two,
Going on with the metaphor, right? Started with the flower.
and throwing you into the trash.
Now, that might be a slight mistake I found here, and throwing you into the trash, and that was a smile. I don't like it, actually. That's the only thing I found, very subtle, very small thing, that I would improve in his speech. There was a smile and then throw it into the trash. Yeah, sure.
And when you're broken, it's very difficult to feel special.
Can you see the hologram already? When you are broken, there in the back, and showing. You're broken there, in that place. And now, I'm going to organize the whole stage as a theater. So, you're broken there, but I'm going to organize my stories in different parts of the stage.
Mr. God to share my fellow flowers.
And the first very subtle laugh, after 40 seconds more or less. That's basically the end of the introduction. Now we will move to the first story. Was the introduction fun?
No.
No, just rip us apart. It can be fun.
Yeah?
But it was very engaging, and that can be
Very
enjoyable.
engaging, really engaging. Was it unique?
It's an announcing, there will be a heavy story.
That's what we expect now, a heavy story, because it starts heavy. And it's supposed to be an inspirational speech. And you're going to be surprised, because it's going to be really entertaining as well. And now the first laugh, instead of saying, fellow Toastmasters, he says, my fellow flowers. Going on with the metaphor. Very unique. Who told you ever, my fellow flowers? Moving to the first story.
I can remember the first time I grew up. I was 17 years old.
He changed his energy. He switched to normal, descriptive, logical energy. I remember once I was in high school, Can you see the difference? So, here we had reflection, now we have logical type of energy. So basically just describing a story. And look how he switches like this.
Already flunked high school and managed to get myself arrested. Now, I wasn't afraid of the cops.
Look at this. I wasn't afraid of the cops. What type of position is it?
Not afraid.
I wasn't afraid of the cops. Look, very subtle. It's not like big body language. I wasn't afraid of the cops.
But there was one person I was very afraid of.
What do you expect now?
Mom.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a twist, humoristic too.
And that was my mom. Raise your hand.
Why is everybody laughing, by the way?
It's true to life.
Because of that
Funny, but
special
it's true.
relationship that sons have with their mothers, right? And even old guys are sometimes afraid of their mothers. I'm speaking from experience now.
And if you have an emotional mother, let me see.
Another engaging question. How many of you have emotional mother? How many of you were at the party yesterday? How many of you are tired today? How many of you like me? Now look at this is mustard.
Put them all together, you get my mom. I can hear her scream outside the police station.
Faster, it gets faster now. So the energy is like, it's not that heavy, deep that he started with. Now it's, I can hear her scream.
And even the cops were afraid.
Look at this. Even the cops were afraid. Like this. Even the cops were afraid. It's just 1 second, but it's such a high level of integrity. Before it was, I wasn't afraid of the cops, and now it's, even the cops were afraid.
She came up to me, held the iron bucket.
Slowing down, we have a wonderful variety. Another element. Variety of speed you can you see the bars? Prison bars?
Looked into my eyes, and I saw a tear.
What type of energy now? Reflective.
Coming down her face. Now I've seen my mom.
And now he started a story. He's gonna come back to it in a second. And now it's like a meta comment to that situation. So you see, he steps back, and now he's explaining, like a teacher, like a professor. There are 3 types of tears of the mothers. Right? He's gonna come back now. We are waiting for it. What's gonna happen? Because she's holding the bar. And there is a suspense.
I cried before, but mothers cry 3 types of tears. Tears of joy, tears of sorrow, and tears of shame.
Very slowly. Holograms, tears of shame. Something that really touches a person, right? And now, when that's explained, he can come back to the situation.
And when a son sees a mother cry tears of shame, that's a life-changing moment.
What type of energy? Reflective. That's a life-changing moment.
She looked at me and said,
Again, faster, coming back to the situation, to exactly the same place on the stage. The bars again. And what's going to happen now? It's not narration, it's dialogue. And it's just 1 sentence. That's enough.
son, I want you to be a better man.
That's it. That was his mother. That wasn't him speaking, and my mother said that she wanted me to be a better man. No. He became his mother for a second, and was like, I want you to be a better man. So for 3 seconds, he was his mother. It's very powerful. Dialogue.
That night, When I drove home, my dad was waiting for me at home.
Okay, so we left the prison and the mother in this place. Now he's moving. And what are you expecting now? My dad was waiting for me at home. What are you expecting? It's gonna happen.
It's a threat. Father.
Oh yeah. So he's building already the story, that is building the assumption that there's gonna be some punishment. Or not.
Now my dad is a cool dad. Raise your hand if you have a cool dad. Put them all together, you get my dad.
Exactly the same pattern repeated. It's triggered humor once. Something that triggers humor once will definitely trigger it again. Because it's like an anchor coming back to the same, it's the callback. Oh, callback.
My dad came up to me and said, son, it's okay. You flunked your exam.
Who is he now? He's his father now, speaking with his voice.
Yes. You already...
Son? So he's small, right? Showing son?
He got arrested. That's fine. You get that from your mother's side.
Why is that funny? Why is that funny?
Parents always say this.
Parents always say it. Right. What is it about relationships and about marriage especially? I don't know anything about it, but
It's a bad cup and a good cup.
yeah, probably.
I want you to start working immediately.
Pointing to the same place, so he's telling to his son, like this, son, then he moved here. Again, the same place. Very consistent with the holograms on stage, with stage management. And what type of energy? It's more active, it's faster, it's descriptive, it's not reflective, it's a little bit entertaining. Entertaining type of energy. He's making fun of it. He's not like experiencing very deep emotions now. And it's great because he's using humor as a vehicle for his message. And it's a wonderful fuel you can use. So even if you think your message is serious, always use humor as a fuel, as a platform to drive it.
And I said, okay. So my dad took me to meet one of his friends called Sam.
Now we're moving to a different part of the stage, to a different story. First story with prison is finished. We're moving to the story with Sam. Completely different place on stage.
Now Sam was an accountant who had an accounting firm and had generously decided to make me his personal
Description, logical type of energy. Nothing big happening here.
assistant. And there he was. He looked like a teddy bear.
He looked like a teddy bear. Humoristic line. Just to relax even more, to enjoy the speech.
But this man was special.
Oh, can you see this? 1 second after, he looked like a teddy bear. That man was special. 1 second. From entertaining to reflection. Can you see it? Can you feel the quality? Pause. Never be afraid to pause for 3, 4, 5 seconds. If you go blank, you can go forever.
I looked at him and he looked at me. And then he said the most amazing thing. He said, son, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is.
What is it? What is it, this sentence? I mentioned in the beginning, it's the foundational phrase, or the phrase that pays. This is basically his brand now. If you mention this guy, everybody says this one. I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. That's his brand. That's wonderful about communication. Sometimes with one-liner, you can create such a powerful impact.
If you decide to work with me, I can help you find that something.
And Sam is a dynamic person, right? This is Sam speaking, that assistant. No, he's assistant of Sam, so the Sam is speaking. I can help you find out something.
And I was like, whoa, that's the first time in my whole life somebody has ever told this he.
So he got excited. He got the energy from Sam.
Something in it. And I started working for Sam. And every day after work,
Again, calming down, not to exaggerate with too strong emotions.
he used to tell me stories about the world, about history, about culture, about philosophy. And it was much more interesting than what I learned in school.
You see, so he's doing a description and reflection. It was much more interesting, like he's a short reflection, one sentence.
And I discovered I can dream.
Reflection again. Wonderful. It's like switching, it's like dance, basically. It's like dancing.
And I started dreaming, ladies and gentlemen. After 1 year, I went back into high school.
Now he's speaking from the heart, from the real emotions. And I started dreaming, ladies and gentlemen. Can you feel the switch in the quality of the energy?
Completed my exams and went into college. After successfully completing college, I found a great girl.
Doing a timeline, I completed a college, moved on, finished college, met a great girl.
But not a job. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Have you ever had that problem?
This is genius. This is genius. He has got every single person in the room now. I didn't know what to do with my life. Have you ever had that problem? I mean, who wasn't there? Now, to change the energy a bit in the room, just in the groups of 3 or 2, just think about something like that you can use in your speech. Like, I didn't know what to do with my life. Have you ever had that problem? Something that you can use to connect with everybody in your next speech, in the audience you might have. So just 60 seconds, a short brainstorm with the person next to you. Something you can use. Thank you. That was 1 minute. I'll take three questions or 3 sentences like this.
I've been single for too long. Have you ever been there?
Awesome. Yes, I have. What else do you have?
I've been married for too long.
I've never been there.
Half I.
What else? What else do you have?
Right? Yeah. Hands up if you've ever forgotten to do your homework.
Okay. Okay, we're moving on. We only have 12 minutes left.
And when you're lost, it's difficult to feel special. So I went back to my cool dad. And
You see the abstract thing, like when you're lost, it's difficult to feel special. So it's like, you know, the preaching type. But it's just one sentence in his case. So it's not overwhelming. It's not heavy at all. He's not like a preacher, like a priest. Not at all. Just, he tells a story, and there's just one sentence like this. It's difficult to feel special when you're lost.
I said, Dad, I feel lost. He said, you are like your mother.
The story goes on.
So my dad introduced me to this strange club that had a strange name, with strange people talking.
You see, it's wonderful. He didn't say he introduced me to Toastmasters. That's boring. I don't mean Toastmaster is boring, but the way we say it. We can choose to be the language artist, a strange club, with a strange name, strange people, talking. That's his definition.
On the first meeting, they told me to do something called a tabletop. I aced it. But while I was speaking, I see a strange man seated in the back row, humble, simple, the unfailing quality of kindness in his eyes. As soon as I finished, he walked up to me, looked me dead straight in the eye, and said, son, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is.
So we had the first story, foundational phrase. Another story, foundational phrase. I see it.
If you come here twice a month, maybe we can find that something.
A promise. They promised me the same 2 years ago. Didn't work.
And ladies and gentlemen, I discovered I could speak, and I love speaking. And that led me to become a teacher.
You see, and the energy switch from powerful dynamic to reflective again.
I know what it's like to not have enough money in your bank.
And general statements common for absolutely every human being, probably.
I know what it's like to worry when the bills start coming in. And sometimes, in the middle of the night, I wake up my beautiful wife and I ask her, honey, why did you marry me?
So wake up, my beautiful wife. Cruel way of waking up. By the way, do you know how to wake up Lady Gaga? And to poke her face.
She says, I saw something in you. But I still don't know what it is.
That was it. Another example, foundational phrase, and he's speaking about it in a very humorous way. It's a wonderful vehicle, as I said, humor, to enhance your message. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm a dreamer.
Now he's coming to a close. That's basically the end of the stories. So we had the story with prison, then we had the story with Sam, then we had school, feeling lost, not knowing what to do, and then his wife. So 4 stories that were describing basically the same. The conclusion was the same. There was somebody who saw something in him. So the message he really has here is other people you're going to meet on your way are going to be a big help, big support for you. You'll not make it alone. So we are not a lonely island. We need other people. We need supportive people around us. That's the message. The sentence, I see something in you, is just a foundational phrase, but the message is the people you find on your way are going to be the deciding element of your success. So he's coming to close the circle now. It's a wonderful way of structuring your speeches. To start with something and to end with exactly the same element.
I'm a speaker, and I learned the unfailing quality of unconditional love.
Those were basically personal stories from his past. So he was talking about his past. Now, today, I'm a speaker, I'm a dreamer, and even my wife loves me.
My wife. I was broken, and I've been broken.
Isn't that boring, by the way? Everything works now?
Lost and broke many times in my life.
Going back to the hologram, to get a trash can.
But the people in my life were able to reach into the trash can and make me whole again.
Magic.
If it was up to me.
Magic. How did it happen?
Pure magic.
Prestige.
No, preparation is key. Can you see the beauty of closing the circle? Coming back to exactly the same element. Again, smell.
I would have never been able to do that.
And now he's telling what his real message is. I would have never been able to do that without those people.
And this is why if you have great people in your life.
And again, he was telling personal stories, but there's always that element of you. If you have ever been in that situation, if you have ever been lost, broken, there is still that tension that creates attention that is based on connection.
No matter how broke, how lost, or how broken you become.
A lot of triads here, you probably noticed, right? Our brain loves the threes, triads. I will not mention, okay.
Come, they can piece you back together. Ladies and gentlemen, when I look at you, I see something in you. But I don't know what it is. Oh. Look at this. Mentally, he was always a winner. Look how he walks, how he feels. Look at this reaction. It's not arrogant, by the way. He's not overconfident. His self-esteem is so strong. He's just, woohoo! I did it. It was great. I know it was really good. A healthy confidence. How did you like it?
The workshop or the speech?
The speech, I still have 1 minute. How did you like the speech?
Awesome, fantastic.
Heavyweight boxer. Heavyweight boxer. Yeah. Like,
I agree.
yeah, very strong.
What is the one thing you will take from his speech that you will implement in your next speech?
I don't know what it is.
You don't know.
Be connected with the audience.
Definitely, connection is key.
That's a very strong thing.
Switching between positive, negative, between reflective, logical, entertaining.
Callbacks, I think that at least in my club they could be used much more in general.
Definitely. Whenever there is some spontaneous humor that is uncovered, that is born in even in your meeting, someone laughs at something spontaneous, use it. It's the humor you have for free, right? So I encourage you to watch it once again at home. Stop every now and then and see if you can find any more elements. And it was a pleasure for me to be in your presence for the last 45 minutes.